Tell me, how was that experience? I mean, as a young person in the space,
It's crazy.
freelancing, what do you mean by crazy? Crazy could be a lot of things.
Firstly, if your skin is not thick, you won't survive. It's a tough world, yet it's a free world. It's a tough world because nobody is protecting you. No law is really protecting you to that point. Because you would work for instance, you work for so many hours, and then if they decide, Jorge, they're not gonna pay you for those 2 hours that you worked, no law is gonna protect you. Now you're just gonna be fighting there on WhatsApp. How guys?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Film Biz Show, the only podcast where we delve into industry professionals' minds to get their insights on the current landscape of the television and film business, both in South Africa and internationally. Please subscribe, like, comment, and turn on the notification button so you are aware of our future episodes that you will love so much. Today, we want to talk about the use of filmmaking skills in different types of sectors. Movie making is magic. But this creator that we have today also works in the marketing and the corporate industries, using his skills to tell stories in different ways, from working on a documentary in New York in 2020 to working for companies such as ETV as jib operator or visual content creator, to working with Dichejo Media as a cinematographer and editor, to being the CEO of his own production company, Berardo Pictures. This young filmmaker has done it all. Let's please welcome Samukele Simelane. Welcome, brother.
Bo, 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 bo.
Pam, 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 my boy.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah,
Thank
man,
you for
thank you
having
for
me.
coming. Thank you.
And first, before we start anything, just want to say thank you for giving me my first short film, man.
Ah, man, this guy.
Thank you so much. I feel like, yo, man, that was so dope.
Yeah,
Very
man.
dope. 48-hour film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really was. Unfortunately, we didn't win by then.
Well, we won, man. I
won,
just won my first short film with the likes of you.
Oh
So,
man, thank you, brother.
big
Thank
shout
you.
out.
But you've come a long way since then, man. I've been looking at the content that you're putting out. Berardo Pictures has been doing some great stuff, you know. And I love how you've been able to kind of juggle, different hats within the industry.
Yes.
Very impressed with you working with the Dichejo Media. Just tell me a bit about your journey as a filmmaker and where it all started.
It's such an inspiring story. Let me just say that because it started from nothing at all. So basically, I was back in 2014. I was doing matric. So what I used to do is being part of like an S3, Samsung S3. So what I used to do take pictures with that phone, or just like take photos from like Instagram, your celebrity photos, and remake them. After re-editing them, then post them on socials and then like tag them. And then like, I got some nice feedback about Kanyemba, Terry Peto. I remember Jessica Nkosi was like, yeah, she was also like used to like a lot of my stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm actually good at this. Let me just dive into more of it. And then fast forward matric, I vele matric, didn't pass matric. Well, I was playing a lot also, and also I was also like focusing more on these things and stuff like that. And then 2015, upgraded my marks. While upgrading, that's where it initially started, the Berardo Pictures. So the Berardo Pictures started there, and then I continued editing the pictures on PixArt. Now I was more into, like, for instance, I would take a photo of this mic, that's where I started, like, your natural vibes, your sunsets, how it started and stuff like that. And I think I always had an interest since as a young kid to tell stories because, when you're watching, like, Poma Wrestling way, you ask yourself, how does this W come in your screen? Like, I used to ask myself those type of questions. I'm like, banamanga laba bayenza kanjani lento, So I used to have
like the actual graphics. I
Yes.
also, yeah, I
Yes.
also used to, yeah,
I'm
well,
like,
I was that kind of kid. Like,
I'm like,
do they hold something that's invisible that we don't
yes,
see?
you know, yes, because I remember when we used to imitate like Abantu
Yeah.
playing wrestling, would say, you know, use
Yeah.
the sound, and
Yeah.
I think that's where all the love came from. And then it's like also I used to like direct them. I now wait, Pella, this guy comes in like this, and then the camera is usually that way. You know, I used to be very like
Yeah.
conscious NJ,
Yeah.
about filmmaking
Storytelling.
and storytelling and stuff like that. And then yeah, 2015, that's where it really started until I went to Boston Media House, where where I came 2016, did my first year. Second year, I was like, when are these people teaching us how to edit? When are we being taught? When are we being taught on how to do videos? Because I was already bored with photos, you know, because I did like photography for like 2 years, like 2015 and 16. 17, doing my second year, that's when people were, you know, busy go canting. Now I'm busy there. I'm always at the editing lab, you know, learning this thing, going on YouTube, learning how to shoot. And then, boom, I had my first music video. I just asked these other guys, Nebakoskela, Kopostin, and then I'm like, hey guys, I really love your song, man. Like, you know, I didn't like it at that time. I won't lie. It's just that
You just wanted to make a video.
you
Yeah.
know. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's just do some visuals.
Yeah.
And then we did visuals. Wasn't bad. How? Putu Putu, Channel O
Oh, wow.
takes the video, it plays on Channel O.
Interesting.
I'm like, what? Okay, cool. 2017 ended. I had something close to 10 videos, 10 music videos that I just directed, shot, edited on my own. And I was moving with these guys because they also improved on their music also. Because they also saw, I'm not playing, you know, and we can't be having nice visuals and boring music.
Are they currently still in the music space at the moment?
I'd like to think so.
Do we know them?
No.
Okay, so clearly they're not.
No, yeah, no.
Or maybe they are.
You know,
We're just too hard on them. They're still coming up. Come on, guys, you can make it.
yeah, so that happened, and then Bird Picture started in terms of visually. It's Homileka the music video. You know, that's where, you know, also, yeah, also I was editing. I was diving into a lot of things. I taught myself so many things that by the time that I got to the third year of at Boston Media House, I was able to direct my own short films, edit my own short films. That short film that we did,
yeah.
and stuff like that. That's when I was, you know, I was besengivuthiwe kahle kahle, you know, because I knew ukuthi if I want to be great, I have to do things that other kids don't do at school. Plus, I used to travel a lot. I used to stay in Vosloorus, Voslo to Sandton. Every day I'm attending. You attending with people who
It's just boys, man.
just boys, you know
Driving,
they're not, you know they're not way.
You know, when I was on campus that time when we were working on that film, I mean, I got a sense that you knew exactly what you were doing there, man. You were in your lane. Yes, you knew other boys, you know, I'm a just boy, you know. But I got a sense that, this guy is like really just here to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Even when we went to the award ceremony,
Yes,
you know, and we were
yes.
networking, what I liked about you is that yes, you didn't know a lot of people, but we met Akin Amatoso.
Yes,
we
and I
went,
was like-
hey man, Akin, this is who I am. This is what I want to get to. And he's like, you remember the words he told us
yes.
guys, filmmaking is war.
Yes.
And I respect you. Don't worry about the awards, but the fact that you're here and you made your film and you can see it, well done. We also met a very important guy, fan Simelane from
Yes,
Stay
yes,
Clinical,
yes, I remember.
who's in some way
Yes,
to you.
yes, we spoke, I remember,
Yeah, and me
yeah.
and him now subsequently became friends. But now, what I respected about you is that, like, you were like the quiet sniper, you know? And I think it's very important to always have someone like that in your team. You know, that's
Yes,
the person who
yes.
can see things that other people don't necessarily
Yes,
see. That.
yes,
Do you find that it was a bit difficult in that time in Santon with the the kids who are from
Yes,
privileged
yes.
backgrounds to create partnerships that lasted outside of the institution?
To be very honest, it wasn't easy because I'll just take you back in terms of how television works. You work in a group and stuff like that. So when I was doing my third year for television, so it's mandatory that you have a group. If you don't have a group, it's minus Boma. How many marks? So I remember the okay, they said first assignment, they said we're shooting a music video. I'm like, "Hoiban, third year, shooting a music video, you know. So but like in terms of working with people from the north and also working with other kids, I've always, like you saying, like I've been a quiet sniper. I don't talk a lot. I'm more of a doer. So when people see me doing things, they
They
actually
come
go
down.
down. Hey,
Yeah.
let's see what this guy has, because he hasn't said anything. He's just there, NJ, working, making sure everything just goes an extra mile. To a point where we know when you're working in groups, was like the four of us. So most of the assignments and stuff like that, I would shoot, edit, and I tell them just write the script after, because I didn't want to be on the thing of ukuthi you guys don't understand the vision. So I'd rather just like show you, and then it's like, oh damn, Samu, like for real, did you just do this? Like just go and write the script, guys. We passed. I moved that way. I think that way it was so easy for me to move that way because I also like a lot of things. So I was like, okay, I can't be begging someone to come and help me shoot our film, whilst I can do literally everything and then just give him marks. Ngiphume kuye loyo muntu. Do you understand? So I think that helped me a lot. It has shaped me a lot in terms of like the corporate industry type thing, because there you really have to be like versatile. If you can't edit, then just know how to grade. If you can't grade, then just know how to tell stories, just using the offline editing. If you can't shoot in what, then you need to know this. So ngisifundisile izinto ey'ningi. I think that way it was much more easier ukuthi ngikwazi uku-adjusta with the north, because I'll tell you a funny story. So I came 2016.
Yeah.
So first year, you guys do like nine subjects. Is it 8 or 9? Just
Ziningi
like
vele.
ziningi.
Yeah.
Second year you do your 5, and then third year you do your 3, and then your 2 is compulsory. First year, the class scene, I think we were my 40 something.
Sure.
Second year, it's by 16.
Yo. Yo.
Third year, it's the 6 of us.
Sure.
I'm talking about the people that I came with a class scene. So I'm trying to say, ukuthi, if you know ukuthi ufunani most of the time, it's very much easy to penetrate through even like
Strong.
walls that need like that big ball, konje bayibiza ngani, wrecking ball. It's so easy for you to penetrate through those walls because you've learned ukuthi okay, ngizele u1, I'm here for 2, I'm here for 3. Sometimes it would be so awkward, but I was like, you know what, Kimo Josie, ngizophanda anyways. I would finish late editing, and then the days more. Now I have to like go a friend to sleep in Sentin, so that I can finish whatever that I'm doing. And that also helped me ukuthi ngibe fast in terms of editing, because a music video I would edit it in a day.
Sure.
Instead of me 3 days, because I'm using the school's equipment, I'm using the school's thing, so I want to be fast. I don't want anyone to see that thing. Yeah, what was about delete a project file, and I've lost some like really important stuff in terms of that, But yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah.
Very interesting. It reminds me of, they call them Greek archetypes. Archetypes essentially like these Greek gods,
Okay.
and it's like these ancient gods. They call them Enlil and Enki.
Okay.
And apparently these gods were essentially beings from another planet, and they came to planet Earth, and they
Okay.
created the human race. But before they created the human race, they were debating about a concept. And
Okay.
this concept that they were debating about is the difference between fate and destiny. Fate and destiny. Destiny being a path that's laid before you that, irrespective of your will, of your intervention,
Yes.
you will go through what you go through, irrespective.
Yes.
And fate is a path that's laid before you, but that is affected by your intentions, your will, and your inner fight. You know, it was, yes, it was maybe perhaps destiny for you to get Boston Media House in Santon and be around that, but
Yes.
it was your fate that when you had this gig to do these music videos, you had to learn quickly how to work around the times that you had. You had to learn quickly how to, when you were sleeping, I mean, you had to go over late, those situations. But how did that actually mold you to the kind of person that you are today? And I also want to touch on, life after
Boston.
yeah, after Boston, you know what I'm saying? Because you've been working for these corporates, and yeah, how has that been for you?
Uh, Firstly, um, I think I think it has molded me into a point where I actually worked with clients before getting out of Boston, before getting out to the corporate world. So I think in that sense, it helped me a lot to understand okay, cool. Does this person want this or does this person want that? Because I would also like go and volunteer, go kasi, ke ba shapele di-video nyana, like a young quarter place and stuff like that. And they say, oh, we actually like this. How much are you charging for this? I'm like, hey, I'm not charging you, Abona. I was still a kid,
Okay,
So
sure.
that has molded me into knowing and understanding the client briefs, especially in the corporate world. Because in the corporate, if you don't understand the brief,
It's tough, ne?
it's tough. You can come and be creative as you want, and someone says, "No, I like the creativity, but it's not on the brief." We are born at writing. So also Boston has also molded me in terms of understanding more in with the brief, with the professional skills and stuff like that to actually train me. Would say now I need to be better in the corporate world. And funny enough, with the corporate world, I didn't. It's only just one company, which is the Techo Media, that I just worked there, and the other corporates, it's a matter of they rendering my services.
As a freelancer,
Yes,
tell me, how was that experience? I mean, as a young person in the space,
it's crazy.
freelancing. What do you mean by crazy? Crazy could be a lot of things.
It's firstly, if your skin is not thick, you won't survive. You won't survive. It's a tough world, yet it's a free world. You know, um, it's a tough world because nobody is protecting you. No, no law is really protecting you to that point, because you would work for instance, you work for so many hours, and then if they decide "Gore, they're not gonna pay you for those 2 hours that you worked, no law is gonna protect you. Now you're just gonna be fighting there on WhatsApp. How guys, you understand? It's very hard. Also, okay, let me just make an example. Like it's something that happened recent. We were shooting a movie for 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks? No, not 2 weeks. Like a week and a couple of days in Ladysmith. So what happened there? We shot in Feb. We still haven't got paid.
Sure. Till
Yeah,
today.
till today. Ngikhuluma nawe nje,
Sure.
no payments are done. So that's how tough it is, because by the time that someone pays you that money, you have so many things that you have to take care of. And it's also hard to freelance while you don't have equipment. Like you need equipment for you to make money as a freelancer, you know. Because at the end of the day, when they hire you, they also hire your gear. They kind of hire you alone. So it's also not easy for someone to kind of exploit you, because tshwere something ko wena. So yeah, it's not an easy world, and I would say for someone who wants to venture into this freelancing world, to come through if they know which they have everything, and the first thing to have is a thick skin, because like for instance, like at this point, should I fight ukuthi they haven't paid us? Should I cry? Should I smile? You know, it's a matter of ukuthi you just like relax, let it go. As long as you're happy, hore, you gave your best, because it's not about ukuthi have they paid or not. Most of the time, when you are a creative, and each and every creative would advocate kule nto engishoyo ukuthi to us kuza into oyithandayo kuqala, and then you can talk vele about payments. Obviously vele payment iyafuneka, but this freelancing thing will kill you, just like football.
We'll kill you. Yeah.
It will kill you. Like
But,
for real, it will kill you. But like, you learn a lot also, because you're not in the same space. You learn a lot. Next week you're there, next month you're there. You need it in Swaziland. You're going Cape Town. You're going. You work with different people. That's where you also you get to learn to. Conversate with other people for other better opportunities. I think that's the nice advantage about it. But yeah, I feel like there's more disadvantages about it than the advantages. And if should be there's something that will protect the people that are freelancers, then I think it would be so much more extraordinary to
Yeah,
be a freelancer.
So you feel right now there's no protection. Like, do you have an agent when these people come? Maybe who's got power, who's got some kind of power of attorney, or they can look at your contracts. At the moment, are you working, when you do your freelance work, do you work through an agent?
To be honest, I haven't. However, like there's a lawyer at home. Her name is Apelele. So sometimes I give her those things. But I just recently learned that my friend has opened. He's a lawyer also. He has opened.
MPO.
Yes, an NPO actually that is set to actually help young and upcoming artists, be it in music or whatever, and so that you can also learn how to protect and own your IPs, stuff like that. So he recently just gave me a call, ukuthi, man, I'm starting this initiative and stuff like that. So I need you on board also, even if you can come and, add something, or people and stuff like that. And I believe that they are going to go far, because there's no law that protects like freelancers and stuff like that. So
Definitely. I mean, I spoke to them obviously after you referred them to me.
yes.
And we had a meeting with the chairperson, Lerato, whom we'd worked on. Actually, I think it was my first film.
A small
And
world,
yes,
eh?
very small world. And she was the editor. And she said the reason why she went into the legal field was from that gig she was not paid. There was a gig she did, didn't get paid, and she was like, how many freelancers are going through what I'm going through right now? So I mean, through Lerato's experience of working as an editor and not being paid, that inspired her to go and study, law, and I think that's when the whole idea came to start. What's this organization? Lawyers for the Arts South Africa. Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
we really are hoping that we can bring them on because, man, it's so important.
It's very
Yeah,
important,
man.
man. It's very important. Because I was talking to the guy like last week, and he was just like, he wants this to work because it can help so many
So
people,
many people.
man. You know, even I, like, I'm so interested, ukuzwa, you know, those things. Because if, as a freelancer, you're just so excited, ukuthi, damn, I have this gig or whatever, you sign nje. You don't even like ulandelele those clause, you know, that much, because you're like, man, I need the cash, I need the stacks, you know, and you end up so sinking in, you know, because I mean, on that contract, that one, they literally say they're gonna pay us after 30 working days. I mean, you do the math.
Was 30 working months now. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I want to know about the difference in mindset and approach, you know, when switching between like, you know, doing corporate, doing a docu work, you know, the cinema. Just how do you kind of switch, you know, and your approach? How does it change as you go through these different mediums?
To be very honest with you, Marcus, to me, it sounds like an easy question, but it's a very difficult question because I, if I'm given something and I can visualize it, I can literally do it. I don't know how.
It's a gift.
Kibadimo.
God
Ngiyabona,
needs.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a gift,
yeah.
like for real, for real. Like I can't say ukuthi, okay, let's plan, let's do this. Okay, a pre-production phase is there, man. Sharp, Mara. It's something that we're gonna see it after when it comes to my creativity, you know, for instance. Because for instance, you can give me a scenario. I don't know, just give me a scenario. It's okay. How would you shoot something like this? And then I can literally tell you right now. It's okay. Imagine the camera is coming this way, and then you see what, you know. Like, I'm creative on the spot. Yeah, I can't sit down and just be, you know. Mara, like I love sitting in meetings and actually hearing other people's intake and stuff like that and ideas, so that it also enhances my visual enthusiasm, my visual eye, sorry. It also enhances my visual eye. It's okay, cool. This is the message, and then this is how we can do it, you know. But I'm more of a person of I'm a show, don't tell type of creative. Yeah, so I don't know how I do it. I won't lie. It just really happens.
It truly, truly, truly is a gift. Yeah, but I mean, do you have a role, you know, of all the different skill sets that you have that you find most creatively fulfilling?
Um, directing, um, shooting, be it being a cinematographer. But I think my strongest point is editing, is video editing.
It's powerful.
Yeah, yeah, because that's where I zone out literally. Because sometimes I would edit something, and then Haki Sheba, like for the second time, I catch myself watching that thing for like 15 times. I'm like, did I just do this? How did I do this? You know, so as an user, it's a gift.
Yeah,
Like
and how powerful it is as a director who also is able to edit, you know, because most directors, it's an important thing. I know some directors say no, they don't want to edit because it might be biased and what, but it's art
it's
anyway. It's
art, it's
art, and it's your
art.
interpretation.
And if you can do it, why? And
Just
then
go
why
for
not do
it.
it? And if you're good at it, why not do it? I I haven't had like any difficulties in terms of that, but I've had like just one instance where an editor wanted to be a director. I'm like, stick to editing. Because me, I won't come and say, change here and here and here. Do your thing, show us, and then me, as a director, let me see what my my thing is fulfilled now, and it's a problem if you're gonna get somebody who can't stick to their work,
Yeah.
to their
Stay in your
designated,
lane, man.
stay in a lane, yeah. So it becomes difficult if uzothola abantu abanjalo, but 90% of the time I just work smooth, and people just let me lead, because also I also don't understand lento eyenzeka ngakimi ngaphakathi, so people are like, yabona, when you said you were just like an under, and then you were not work, like you were not talking and stuff like that. It's usually like that. Even in the corporate space, it's usually like that. So it's okay, cool. This is what we want to do. I feel like you know this. For instance, the New York, the documentary that was done, was during COVID times. So fortunately, the lady who owns an NGO was stuck in South Africa. So she was like, you know what, let's just force to shoot this. We're gonna shoot this documentary, and then it's going overseas. Okay, I was like, okay, cool. I think Rams, my other brother from Boston, he plugged me with that. He's like, Berardo, nobody knows how to do this. There's this woman who's coming from New York. He wants to shoot a documentary.
What was the documentary about?
It's about women voicing superpowers, basically, but it's about it focuses on Tembisa child welfare.
Okay.
Yeah, so that umama walapha, Mrs. Modibe. So she actually is a very amazing woman. She has taught people abantu abakhulele lapha and stuff. So we were just covering that. Plus, it was like a Women's Month situation,
Interesting.
So when there was no brief for that documentary, nothing. The brief literally was just a verbal thing. Ya gore, mina, I just want this documented.
Wow.
So the Rams called me, hey man, listen, this is what this lady wants and stuff like that. And then he said, I know, I'm gonna be a presenter in that. I'm like, okay, cool.
He's going to be a presenter.
Yeah, ne? I'm like, hey, documentary, narrator, presenter. Hi, let's show, don't tell. I decided that on the spot. I'm like, dog, relax. Sit.
And he got you the gig.
You
Are
are
you
wa-
firing him?
no.
You.
I didn't fire him like that, but
Okay,
Nje
yeah.
was like, thank you, man. Take your thing. Thank you for plugging me. Because even for the screening, it happened in Mall of Africa, where she called all these other women and stuff like that. Some were from Germany and stuff like that, because the country was open also at that time. Yo, it was crazy. So I'm trying to say, Uguti, I didn't write any script. There was like literally nothing. The questions just came when we were there. Uguti, okay, this is how. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna ask her this question, so I need to take this cutaway. Obviously, I'm already editing by head.
Love it.
So
That's really powerful, man. But do you feel as if the change in technological advancements, technology within our equipment has affected your work and how you approach the craft?
definitely, we live in a digital world right now, and if if you don't have a budget, you won't shoot quality. So it's a matter of just having a budget. Then we ask ukuthi standard quality. If the client comes, hey man, we're looking for this and that, uyabanikeza leyo quotation, and then they come, okay, cool, we're cool with this. Then you're hiring this type of mandoki and you know. The digital space has also made me who I am, actually, because I grew on social media. I grew like the Parado pictures. I grew myself on Instagram, and then I had on my Facebook. I had your YouTube. So it has helped me a lot to understand and to know the different types of equipment, the technological space. Would say, okay, cool. Now we're on some 6K. Now we're on 4K. You know, it has helped me. However, it's a disadvantage. Uguti, these things are very expensive, and like I said earlier, if you don't own them, it becomes very difficult for you to go and freelance because you'll be expensive, you'll be more expensive.
I get you.
But now, uba expensive kwakho, it's not about also the equipment, it's just about the experience onayo vele, you know. So, and then people are like, hey, let's asigcine ngaye lo because
So I mean, now as a young filmmaker who's growing in the space, you've got about 8 years experience working in the space. You know, there's a challenge. You know, as a freelancer, you know, to say your experience versus your value. The more experience you have means the more knowledge you have, which obviously does take your value a bit higher. You know, but within the space, you find that, you know, these corporates or the clients, whether it's in a commercial space or corporate space,
yeah.
are constantly looking for the lowest kind of bidder, you know, for the lowest hanging fruit. So how do you navigate that as you grow in your experience and exposure, you know, and you come to someone, you know how much they're willing to pay, and that time you need that gig. How do you work around it?
So it took me so many years to actually figure this out, and I see now it's actually working. So, like this year, I literally have like 4 resumes.
Sure.
You know,
Why?
because for instance, if someone says, "Hey, I have this much for you," or I see they say they want a videographer or something like that, and then I see the value that they're paying. Okay, I'm gonna put in that CV so that they won't see the experience that I have, you know. And then if there's a higher stake, um, if there's a higher price for so that they can hire me and stuff like that, you know, I have another CV for that. So it's hard to maneuver and actually understanding. It's not hard actually understanding your value. What's hard is putting one into two to actually understand ukuthi, will these people get will these people understand my value. Actually, it's a matter of like, you just want to prove yourself ukuthi, I can actually do this because I have this much of experience. You are literally stuck between proving yourself and just letting it go, because sometimes you are desperate, sometimes you're not, you know. So yeah, it's a 50-50 situation. It's a
Very,
50-50.
very, very challenging space to be. Very challenging space to be. But I mean, you know, I mean, can you maybe share an example of where you had to like quickly like, you know, find maybe let's say a client comes to you and say, hey man, I need this, that, and the third. I'm just kind of going back to this gift of yours
Yes,
of being able to create within the moment, you know.
yes.
Can you maybe give an example of where you had to just kind of pivot and find quick solutions, you know, due to maybe unexpected challenges on a project and you had to, you know, get it going?
Ditejo media, I'll just always go back to Mr. Debojo Ditejo. We have had a situation where, so the client wanted the video by Wednesday and it was on a Monday. So literally, and we had to, the way the sequence it was not the same on the brief. So what I did, I was like, you know what, let me just read the brief, just give me like an hour. So when I read the brief, I was like, let me remove the brief from my head, let me get creative. And then when I was creative like that and I'm looking at the brief, I'm like, okay, I'm on the right track actually. So I was very fast also with the editing. I finished the same day, the edits. The client approved the same day, and they were expecting the work on Wednesday, and they were like, "Wow, this is such a fast return on investment," you know. Um, I have so many things. I've had to improvise in so many ways. Um, sure.
Well, but it makes complete
Yeah,
sense. I mean,
yeah. I literally have so many examples, man, that I can set. Some of them I also don't remember. Some of them they just
it's
tell,
because it's happening so
and they
much.
tell me, "Hey,
Yeah.
remember what you did when we couldn't get that shot?" I'm like, "Oh, go on, Jay.
That's
I
what I
did.
did. That's what I
Yeah,
did.
yeah."
But
So
I mean, if you can tell me, like, in in your according to your perspective,
yes.
on the current state of the South African film and television industry, what do you think of it? You know, especially with regards to independent filmmakers. Where do you think you can go, and what do you think are our current stumbling blocks?
We are getting where we want to be. I won't lie. I've seen change so much in terms of storytelling because now we are able to tell our own stories. Not to go to every story there has to be a drug, there has to be, with an
That's
HIV,
true.
in this Ganjalo, looking by the way our cheese our were made, our yezo were made, and then now when I'm just comparing abo yezo and
The current world.
youngings, it's more
Yeah.
of we are telling our stories now, ukuthi, So I feel like we're getting somewhere, and I feel like into eba a problem. It's should I say gatekeepers? My gatekeepers vele ahleza khona, but I see the gatekeepers. You see people that don't have a vision. Someone that doesn't have a vision is someone that ongafuni ngemali, because if you pay me well enough, I'm definitely staying and I'm gonna make sure ukuthi your thing is shot properly, yonke into yakho right. As of ukuthi I'm at work, I'm getting the shit rate I was getting a year ago. Like for instance, I think the film the film space is growing, but what's not growing is the production. It's how professionals work, and but our professionals yet. For instance, I'm not paid till to date. It's one of those. It's those things that kill.
The
That
morale.
yes, that kill the morale, or that would like be a stumbling block for that. But if those people are held accountable, I feel like there's going to be a big change in terms of ukuthi we get where we want to be. I am so happy with film and series, especially series that are coming out now. Like, I mean, it's our stories, man.
So
It's
true.
our stories. To a point where I've seen another series I thought about, and I was like, yo, one day I would tell this story. I'm like, how? Now they're telling it. I'm like, you must know that something is real if if you get to that point. So I'm very happy about also with the acting spaces. It's people. Yeah. Now it's not about who you know now. Yeah, I can literally see. I can literally see. And yeah, man. I like when I just came earlier. First thing I said, I was like, I really loved your character on that Code 13.
Oh yeah, thanks, thank you, thank you, thank you.
The third episode. Yeah. People just go and check it out. Marcus is
Code
is
13. And
really
again on Showmax, not
yes,
on
yes. So yeah,
Mzansi.
on Yeah,
DSTV catch
Mzansi,
up.
yeah, on
Yeah,
catch up. It's there on catch up.
one of those. Yeah, you're making me wear another hat now. Now I'm wearing a podcaster's hat. But now that we're at tail end of our conversation, what key advice would you give to someone just starting out in the film industry? And also, just what kind of misconceptions would you like to remove from people who are looking from the outside in about the industry, who don't know, like parents, so advice to the kids, but also, the misconceptions that parents or people outside might have about the space.
The misconceptions that people might have is this is easy. This is not easy. Akulalwa. Akulalwa. Like you literally don't sleep. And I mean, that's why each and every like media office space has coffee,
Yeah.
because
There's our coffee spot right there. You'll see.
so akulalwa. It's a and also there's also a misconception ukuthi television has okay, television has money, man. It has money, but it's not easy. It's never easy because you can have the best short film. I've had the best short films for years, and it's either it's gonna do something for you or it won't. And also,
Look at what we did with our short film and the actors we had in the space, the talent we had,
you know,
and still it didn't,
it didn't, not that it didn't land because people don't know it because if bakatsamaya
Hey,
bo
it's by
bo
Sheba.
sheba,
Hey,
yeah, they'll
that's
see
where my
it.
para gara.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's
Mayor,
nice. I
yeah.
actually wish I edited the full
Yeah,
film, yeah, but I
yeah.
edited like the trailer. Trailer's also
Okay.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, also Didintle was
Didn't
amazing.
Kuno. Shout out
Yeah,
Didn't,
yo, she was amazing.
Yeah, man.
And then the advice that I would have is, please, guys, like, people must just learn. Like, we have YouTube, we have Google, Signable AI, man. You just learn how to do proper resumes. To do just learn how to edit. Whatever that you want to do in a space. Just learn how to itutewena, like to do it. Don't wait for something to happen or for someone to tell you. Just teach yourself those things, and also to make sure that if you get the right company that was going to give you your rates, just do your best and just know, Guti, each and everything that you press record on or each and everything that you're doing, it's definitely going on your reel. So if you don't have the best reel to show it, then that means you were not putting in the best work. So it's just a matter of putting in the best work, and just learn to be more into the digital space. Learn how to utilize social media, your LinkedIn, like
Very important.
very important. LinkedIn is very important. And it's been like 2 years on the LinkedIn, and I'm already on some 2K followers.
Wow.
Because people, they see which I post like almost every day. Post almost every day, because LinkedIn, I channel Instagram, where you'll see the likes now. It's about the impressions there, and the reach, and it's not about how many people liked and stuff like that. And yes, and also if there's somebody that's so passionate about storytelling, people must write. People must write and actually learn more about protecting their ideas. I think the best, no, not to say the best. I think the advice that are always there. It's a matter of ukuthi just nje abantu, they must always be careful. Nje, just be careful on what you go through. Just be careful on what you're signing. I've never signed any contract that will bind me, because I've been awake also, and And also, I think me not signing something or someone making me try to sign something, it's a matter of would say they like this person knows their thing. This person knows their work. Yes, you do know your work. Yes, ngiyawazi umsebenzi wami, but I think the how I created my resume, my portfolio, it really represents the professionalism and ukuthi umuntu they mustn't come and bakubhayizise. So it's very important ukuthi people just nje they must like take care of oh sorry man okay, let me just start over. So I think it's very important that people must take note of everything that's going around them in terms of contracts, in terms of freelancing. If you want to go into the space of storytelling, who you work with, just be very mindful nje, and yeah, and be humble. Abantu must also like network a lot. When you go into these spaces, you go to these parties, you don't go there to go there and smoke weed and pools there, you know. You go there to make contacts, you understand. You see someone on screen, okay, cool. I actually like this guy, okay, cool. Tsingiyakuye, imfethu, hey, this is what I actually do. Ngicela ubheke, you know, even if just subscribe nje, because one day it might pop on your thing. You've actually made a contact there, and then someone will remember, ukuthi, hey man, yazi kunentwana yenza ukuthi nokuthi, you know, and then they will come back, you know. Yeah, so abantu mustn't just be held back. Ukuthi, no, I'm just gonna put in the DM. The DM would work, yeah, sure, but like go out on these spaces, go out and network, and also understand how everything works, because yeah, it's part of the journey.
Man, that's so powerful. So now we're in the game. We go into the game section of of our show, the game segment. We were playing a game called Fill in the Blanks. So basically, I say a word and then you fill in the blank space at the end of the sentence. I say a sentence, you fill in the blank.
No
okay?
wrong answers, no?
No wrong answers. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be a camera person if it weren't for.
If it weren't for my friends. Yeah, because this thing it started in front of them. They were the ones who were saying, "I ntwana ngeke uyashaya isithombe." Like, how did you, you know? That's where I got the thing here with I'm actually good. Yeah. Without my friends, I won't lie, because this thing it started Google, you know. I didn't go outside. Sorry, it didn't start at home in terms of ukuthi, okay, at home they saw it's alright, handy Tom, but the people that encouraged me more were my friends, yeah, because they didn't say, hey, after a year we're doing teaching, you know, because for me it was that, like, yeah, doing teaching, plus you failed. Okay. Doing teaching, I'm like, no, I'm not doing teaching, guys. Just give me a chance, let me go to Boston. So yeah, but yeah, it's my friends.
Love it. If I weren't making content, I'd be
A football player.
okay. Were you
Yeah.
good?
Very good.
Is
I
it?
was, yeah. I actually, like growing up, I actually thought I was going to be a football player until I got like an injury at a party.
At a party.
At a party.
What happened?
So people were fighting at the background, and then I just heard like ngebhodlela like in my ankle. And it broke on my ankle.
Sure.
So people were fighting there, and then when they're throwing a bottle, yadlula from somebody, and then it came to me. And then that was the end of it. Yeah, grade 11 actually.
Wow.
Yeah, because the whole time I was playing football, man. The whole time I was playing football. Yeah, doing
crazy.
trials and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
it's crazy how things happen, right?
Hey,
It was like God was saying, okay, that's the end of that. I
Yeah.
have a new chapter for you to see.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
Kind of mad though, but that chapter.
Yeah, I know, right? I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
They say the story is complete when
My daughter is there.
Okay, love it, love it,
Love you,
it.
baby.
Yes, unconditional love of one's children. I know exactly where you're coming from. My first professional love is
Oh, video editing.
love it.
Yeah, video editing. Yeah,
It's if I restarted my career from scratch, I'd start with
I'm so sorry. I wouldn't start. I wouldn't start it afresh because I don't think I'd be where I am if, like, to be very honest. Yeah,
so basically every experience you've gone through has made you the man you are today.
exactly.
And you are content.
Exactly. I'm very happy with it.
I love it. In all my years in this industry, I regret
What do I regret, Fed? I regret working overtime.
for some of these guys who didn't see your value.
I regret working overtime, and yeah, you know, like,
Finished.
and then you wake up tomorrow, you're expecting $20 and 5 friends in your account. How, guys? Where's the 20? You know? So I regret going back to those people, you know. If bengenza ngenye indlela, yeah, I would, but yeah.
That's a learning journey. You're not a filmmaker until
Until you haven't made a film.
yeah, man.
I think even if it's a short film or a long form, if you haven't made a film of any sense, be it a music video or whatever, then you're not a filmmaker. I'd like to.
Okay. So tell me, what is your current favorite SA films right now?
Films,
Work,
series.
anything that's out there in SA at the moment.
Oh, Youngins, definitely. In no particular order.
R.I.P. to Impossible.
Oh,
You know,
man.
Yeah,
Rest
for
in
real.
peace, and Paul. Rest in peace, and Paul. Yo.
God bless, brother.
Yeah. Youngins, definitely. Just gonna give me my top 10.
Okay.
Is that fine?
10 is a lot. It's great.
Oh,
That's what we
yeah.
need.
Okay, shitty, yeah. Yeah, in no particular order. Youngins is there. Adulting is there.
Oh, yeah.
Of all times, ne?
Yeah. Yeah, of all times.
Yezo is there.
Oh, yes.
Chisa is there. Oh, Intersections is there. The storytelling is dope. I didn't really like Omar Kaslami. I'm just gonna come back to these new ones. I just want one more. That one, that is
Like that.
Yakdalanyana. I used to love Mtunzini.com.
Oh, yeah, that was
That was fire. Yeah, that was fire. And then Spawn Current. Show. I'm currently enjoying Queendom.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. Shout out to Sihle Mtembu. He was also one of the writers there.
Awesome, man. The one on BET, ne?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
With Malizo and Brantosh.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was with the guy on the morning show. He used to produce the show there.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. Let me see what else.
Have you seen Red Ink on Showmax?
Red Ink.
Ink, right?
Oh, beautiful. Fatal Seduction. Yeah, sengizoyifaka nje nayo.
You know, it's an adaptation of, I think it's a Spanish, they took a Spanish film or series of the very same, and they just translated it to South Africa. So if you don't feel that thing, Don't worry, you're
Yeah,
forgiven.
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
ours.
yeah, yeah. But excuse me, but should we have ukuthi the eye vele, because
Yeah,
maybe I feel ukuthi it's not
yeah,
really,
yeah.
you know.
Ihle wena, but
Yeah, yeah.
but you know, there's no
Kana what's this other one where Gail Mabalane is? It's on Netflix.
unseen.
Unseen, man. Unseen is hot.
Yeah, no, no, it's
Unseen is
true.
hot.
It's
Unseen
true.
is
It's
hot.
true.
And in terms of just a movie, of all times, be it here or overseas,
Internet, anywhere, anywhere, anywhere.
anywhere.
Yeah, your favorite of all time.
Due date.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
due date.
What
Due date.
it reminds you of your situation when you're expecting.
Not really. It's just it's just a comedy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I just love that guy. I forgot his name. The one that has a beard. He was in the
White guy.
Hangover.
Seth
He's a
Rogen.
fat,
Or what?
fat guy.
Oh, the fat guy. Hey, that guy's funny, man. That guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's there. So I think that's one of my best films.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah, and it's also and another one called Between Two Ferns. It's also him.
I love
Like it's comedy also.
Okay.
I'm not into comedy, but like if I find good comedy, I can go there and repeat and repeat.
I love
You know,
that,
yeah,
yeah.
because I mean, storytelling sakona, it's different.
Yeah, well, comedy is good for relief, stress relief, and everything.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
well, lastly, we have a section where we call it Put Them On. Are there any industry colleagues, up and coming, established, that you really feel like you want to put on and just send a shout out to that people should look out for?
Okay. Yo, so many, but just like wanna give a shout out to Vivid Vision Productions. He's a photographer. He's from my hood. Anyways, I'm from Newcastle,
Yeah, man.
KZN.
Shout out.
So he's from there. He's absolutely amazing with the snaps, and I feel like by the time he ventures into the video thingy, it's gonna be long gone. Um, shout out to shout out to a whole lot of people, man. Shout out to Nkaba Reload. He's an independent filmmaker. His name is Nkaba Yezwe. I've been working with him. We've worked on a number of projects in Richards Bay, and he's so amazing. Like almost my duplicate,
Wow, man.
but he's more of like uyashuta kakhulu yena, But like yeah, he really understands. By the time I'm like, Donna, did you take that one?
Long
He's
guy.
like,
Oh.
my boy, I got you. There's also from Newcastle. There's these kids, man. There's these kids. They also used to look up to me, and now they've ventured into their own thing, and they're doing amazing. One of the guys' name is Smart Edits, and Andile Kupega. Kana, what's the name of their company? I forgot their name, but yeah, they're really good. They're really good also. I can shout out to a whole lot of people, but in terms of up and coming, there's so many people that are up and coming in Newcastle that I can give a shout out to. And whoever I didn't mention, I'm really sorry, but you are at the top of my head, literally, because there's so many of you people, and I'm not only shout outing to the people that I inspired, but those people also inspire me at this point. Uguti, how they're moving nice and fast, Bona, They don't have to go through those other things that they went through, gatekeepers and stuff like that. They're doing their own thing. And yeah, man. Also, shout out to ISO Visuals, Pumlani. We were working with him.
Oh, yeah.
Pumlani,
Oh, yeah, Pumlani,
he's
I
doing
remember,
amazing work.
Wonderful, man.
Yeah, he came to me like 2 weeks ago. He said I must like help him with the sound. He's editing a short film. It's amazing. It's an amazing film that's going to come out. So he wanted because I also do sound design.
Okay,
You know,
nice.
yeah. So yeah, also shout out to him and shout out to everyone who wants to be shout out and
I love that. Okay,
yeah.
lastly, tell us, where do you see Berardo Pictures within the next decade? And also, any last words you want to tell anyone who's been following you, and just any kind of advice.
Okay, I think ngizoyihlanganisa le.
Sure, Fred.
So in the next decade, we're going overseas, man. I see myself overseas. I see myself sengifundile New York Film Academy for at least those 2 years, 3 years nyana. I don't really see myself in South Africa. I see myself coming back to SA just to produce films and really living my dream overseas, because I feel like overseas there's gonna be people that are gonna appreciate me 10 times more than the people here in SA in terms of the space. Not unless the space itself
Changes.
changes, yabo into ezikanjalo, but I see myself overseas. Um, yeah. Kind of what this one that I said I'm
Just
gonna mix.
any last words you want to
Oh.
say to followers or
Oh.
people or what?
Okay. All I want to say is basically it's a quote, actually. Yeah, it's a very nice quote. It says, 20 years ago, a tree was planted, and the best time to plant the tree is now. So,
I love that, man.
yeah.
Love that. Samu, thank you so much, brother, for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you for
We
having me, man.
wish you all the best on your journey,
Thank you.
and may you continue to open doors for other young guys who come after you. May all your dreams come true. And I want to send special light and love to your family, your daughter, the old lady, and yeah, just sending positive vibes.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.